Welcome back to Crops the Natural Way, where we explore time-tested agricultural wisdom that transforms gardens and farms without reliance on synthetic chemicals. Today we're diving deep into one of the most powerful natural farming techniques ever developed, a fermented preparation that has sustained Korean farmers for generations and now offers solutions to growers worldwide facing the mounting costs and consequences of chemical agriculture. Whether you're just starting your natural farming journey or you've been growing chemical-free for years, this ancient technique will revolutionize how you think about plant nutrition and soil health. Modern agriculture stands at a crossroads, with gardens and farms across the globe trapped in a cycle of chemical dependence that threatens both environmental health and food security. Synthetic fertilizers and pesticides have become the default solution for countless growers. Yet this reliance comes with devastating consequences that extend far beyond the immediate growing season. Soil microbiomes collapse under the weight of harsh chemicals, beneficial insects disappear from once thriving ecosystems, and the very foundation of healthy plant growth deteriorates with each application. The financial burden alone keeps many small-scale farmers and home gardeners searching for alternatives, spending hundreds or thousands each season on products that weaken rather than strengthen their growing systems. Water tables become contaminated, beneficial fungi networks break down, and the natural resilience that plants develop through proper nutrition never materializes. What if there existed a time-tested solution that could break this cycle, one that farmers in Korea have used for generations to create thriving, chemical-free growing systems? Fermented plant juice, known as FPJ in Korean natural farming circles, represents one of the most powerful biological inputs available to growers seeking to eliminate chemical dependency. This ancient preparation harnesses the vigorous growth energy of fast-growing plants, capturing their hormones, enzymes, and beneficial microorganisms through a simple fermentation process. The brilliance of FPJ lies in its use of local plant materials, which means the resulting solution contains the precise microbes and nutrients adapted to your specific growing region and climate. When you create FPJ, you extract the essence of plants at their most vigorous growth stage, during times when they show explosive energy such as young bamboo shoots, fast-growing weeds, or verdant spring growth. The process involves collecting these plant materials early in the morning when their energy is concentrated, chopping them finely to increase surface area, and mixing them with an equal weight of brown sugar to create an osmotic environment that draws out plant juices while preserving beneficial compounds. The creation process begins with selecting your plant material based on what you want to achieve in your garden. Fast-growing plants like comfrey, nettles, mugwort, or young bamboo shoots contain abundant growth hormones and nutrients that transfer to your target crops. After harvesting in the early morning when plant sugars are most concentrated, chop the material into small pieces and weigh it with care. Mix the chopped plant matter with brown sugar at a 1-to-1 ratio by weight, ensuring thorough coating of all plant surfaces. Pack this mixture into a clean container, filling it about 2/3 full to allow for expansion during fermentation. Cover the opening with breathable cloth secured with a rubber band, which permits gas exchange while preventing contamination. Store the container in a cool, dark location and observe as the brown sugar draws moisture from the plant cells, creating a rich golden brown liquid that pools at the bottom. Within 7 to 10 days, the fermentation process produces a sweet-smelling concentrated extract teeming with beneficial microorganisms and plant growth factors. The transformative power of FPJ becomes evident within days of application, with treated plants displaying improved vigor, deeper green coloration, and accelerated growth rates compared to their chemical-fed counterparts. Research from Korean natural farming practitioners and academic studies on fermented plant extracts demonstrates that FPJ applications increase chlorophyll production, enhance photosynthetic efficiency, and strengthen plant cell walls through improved nutrient uptake. When applied at proper dilution rates of 1 to 500 or 1 to 1,000 parts water, FPJ delivers a concentrated dose of amino acids, simple sugars, vitamins, and beneficial bacteria to plant surfaces and root zones. The microbial populations in FPJ colonize leaf surfaces and soil, creating protective barriers against pathogenic organisms while stimulating the plant's own immune responses. Gardens treated with FPJ show remarkable resilience to environmental stress, recovering faster from weather extremes and displaying fewer pest problems as their natural defense mechanisms strengthen. The contrast between FPJ-fed and chemically fed plants extends beyond surface observations to fundamental differences in plant health and soil condition. Chemical fertilizers deliver isolated nutrients in salt form, which plants absorb but cannot process without the complex microbial partnerships that develop in healthy soil ecosystems. These chemical inputs create lush but weak growth, with excessive vegetative tissue that attracts pests and diseases while failing to develop the robust cellular structure that comes from balanced biological nutrition. FPJ-treated plants, conversely, develop dense, sturdy tissue with optimal sugar content and enhanced aromatic compounds that signal true plant health. The soil surrounding these plants maintains active microbial populations that continue building fertility season after season, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of improvement rather than the degradation spiral common in chemical agriculture. Root systems expand more extensive in FPJ-treated soil, accessing nutrients and water from greater depths while contributing carbon-rich exudates that feed beneficial soil organisms. The potential for FPJ to revolutionize sustainable agriculture extends far beyond individual gardens, offering a viable pathway for small-scale farmers worldwide to reduce input costs while improving crop quality and environmental outcomes. In regions where access to commercial fertilizers remains limited or prohibitive in cost, FPJ provides a local alternative that farmers can produce using nothing more than indigenous plants and available brown sugar. This democratization of soil fertility management empowers communities to achieve food security without dependence on external inputs or multinational chemical companies. Studies from farming communities in Korea, the Philippines, and growing numbers in Africa and Latin America document how adoption of FPJ and related Korean natural farming techniques reduces production costs by 60 to 80% while maintaining or improving yields. The environmental benefits multiply as these practices spread, with reduced chemical runoff protecting waterways, enhanced soil carbon sequestration contributing to climate change mitigation, and recovering insect populations supporting broader ecosystem health. Common misconceptions about FPJ often center on concerns about fermentation safety, application rates, or whether such simple preparations can replace modern fertilizers. The fermentation process in FPJ differs from putrefaction, creating an acidic, preserved environment where beneficial lactic acid bacteria dominate rather than harmful pathogens. The sweet smell of proper FPJ confirms successful fermentation, while any foul odors indicate problems requiring correction. Application rates matter as FPJ is a concentrated extract requiring dilution to avoid overwhelming plants or creating imbalances. Starting with conservative dilutions of 1 to 1,000 and observing plant response allows growers to find optimal rates for their specific conditions and crops. The question of whether FPJ can replace chemical fertilizers finds its answer not in matching nutrient analysis numbers, but in recognizing that healthy soil ecosystems provide plants with everything they need when biological processes function well. FPJ serves as a catalyst and supplement to these processes rather than a direct replacement for chemicals, working within natural systems rather than attempting to override them. Beginning your FPJ journey requires nothing more than observation of the vigorous plants in your local environment, a supply of brown sugar, and willingness to experiment with this ancient technique. Start small with a single batch using an abundant local plant, following the process with care, and noting the sweet, pleasant aroma that develops during successful fermentation. Apply your first FPJ to a test area or specific crops, maintaining untreated controls for comparison, and documenting the differences you observe in growth rate, color, and plant vitality. As your confidence grows, expand your FPJ production to include different plant materials for various purposes, learning which local plants provide the best results for your specific crops and growing conditions. Connect with other natural farmers through online communities and local groups, sharing experiences and learning from those who have walked this path before you. The transition away from chemical dependency happens over time as your soil rebuilds its microbial populations and your plants strengthen their natural resilience with each growing season, bringing increased abundance and reduced input costs. The vision of chemical-free agriculture powered by fermented plant preparations and other natural farming techniques represents more than nostalgic return to old methods. This approach integrates traditional wisdom with modern understanding of soil microbiology and plant physiology, creating growing systems that surpass conventional agriculture in sustainability, profitability, and crop quality. Your decision to explore FPJ contributes to this quiet revolution, joining countless growers worldwide who are proving that abundant harvests and healthy ecosystems go hand in hand. Subscribe to Crops the Natural Way for ongoing guidance in natural farming techniques. Share this information with fellow gardeners seeking alternatives to chemical dependency, and join us in building a future where every garden thrives through partnership with nature rather than domination of it. The ancient Korean farmers who developed these techniques could scarcely imagine their wisdom spreading through digital networks, yet their fundamental insight remains unchanged. Working with natural processes rather than against them creates abundance that sustains both people and planet for generations to come.